What is going on YouTube? Uber Guy here, bringing to you another hardcore commentary on the map Meltdown here. One of my most prolific maps of them all, rocking out the blue Zaraki Kenpachi AN94 with, if you guys want to know, stock, quick draw, and fast mags. I like to run my setups this way primarily because I like to be fast. I don't want to never get into a gunfight and feel like I'm losing the gunfight due to what's the word, not being fast enough. Pick up a nice little headshot spawn trap there and work my way upstairs and take out this LMG guy. I don't know what the hell he was trying to do, probably just spray out the door. Normally on this map I always get my orbital VSATs. It's just gonna happen only because the way this map is set up, you have the back spawn area over here where the forklifts are, and then you have the back spawn area where the generator is, and then of course the mid map you have the water side generators, and then you have the circular floodway spillway area that I'm in right now. The kids I'm playing against were, I don't want to say that they were bad, but they were okay. We got a few extra kids coming in later. It was only 4 people in the lobby at first. I don't know. It seems to be that Call of Duty is very laggy at times. I don't know how to explain that, but you know, a lot of kids been complaining about, you know, there's a lot of lag in the game. I can't necessarily kill anybody, and that guy's just sitting there trying to padding knife me, and failed miserably, by the way. But there has been a lot of lag in this game. I personally haven't saw most of the lag, only due to I'm being the host half of the time. I mean, half of the time I'm playing these hardcore game types, I am the host. I mean, especially if I create a party, 9 times out of 10 I am going to be the host. I mean, the type of connection that I have, it's hardline. Probably that's why it gives me dominate host connection most of the time. A lot of people say that you get host priority when you have the worst internet connection in the lobby, and I would love to think that my internet connection would be very shitty compared to internet connections over certain people's house or over people's work sites. You know, average internet connection for a standard household, I believe, should be like 30 up, maybe 25 down, or not 30, yeah, about like 25 20. That, I mean, that's a pretty good ratio. You're not really going to see any lag, because let's say if you have about 2 to 3 computers and you have somebody on the Xbox, somebody on the PS3, everybody will get the sufficient amount of bandwidth necessary so that they don't lag. But the majority of lag necessarily comes from people using wireless connections, because let's be realistic, a lot of the times parents don't necessarily know too much about internet, so they'll go ahead and set up the internet connection in the office in the den area, you know, somewhere deep dark within the dungeons of fucking wherever they have it, and then the kids part of the room where that they hang out is on the other side of the house. Now my background for my computer knowledge actually could back this up. When necessarily you have a router and you have your internet connection or your Xbox or your PS3 on 2 sides of the house, the easiest thing for you guys to do is get some type of middle ground. Get some type of if you guys can't run a cable, which is one thing I 100% would recommend to anybody running wireless, because wireless is very inconsistent. Unless you're sitting right next to the router, then it's beneficial to even connect at hardline, because your wireless could fluctuate at any time. Wireless does fluctuate. So with that said, why wouldn't you want a constant bandwidth going to your PS3 at all given times? Now I know for a lot of kids or people this is not a reasonable solution, because you guys have wireless connections and you guys are different rooms, that's totally understandable. However, I would try to get some type of repeater indoor and access point. Repeater is basically repeating the signal wirelessly. Well, hard repeater, the definition of a repeater is basically repeating the wireless signal throughout your house and broadcasting it in another area or areas of your house, therefore you receiving a better wireless connection. In essence, this is something you might want to look into, especially if you guys are having connectivity issues or timing out issues and you guys are sick and tired of the game freezing, lagging. This could help a lot of you guys, guaranteed. And you might want to look into it. A company that I did work for sold really good repeaters and access points. Access points are necessarily hardlined to your router at all times. They do the exact same functionality of a repeater, but they have to be hardlined into the router at all times. So yeah, going ahead and just all you guys out there with wireless connectivities, I would take a look at those two options. However, if you guys are having other options inside of the network, let's say if mom or dad or brother streaming Netflix in the same room or in a different room, and you ever find yourself being really laggy, you know, constantly having a 3-bar, things of that nature, you could always look into upgrading your internet. This is another thing to look into. Make sure that your bandwidth, you're getting a steady bandwidth throughout your PSN. So let's take, for instance, let's say if I was hardwired and your parents are in another room streaming Netflix. Because you're hardline, you necessarily wouldn't get priority. You would get a standard bandwidth, or you would pull maybe about 5 to 10 megs, whatever the game is needed to load the graphics, to load internet servers, to load all the textures in the game. It's gonna pull that from your router. Now, Netflix and YouTube is one of the two most prolific things I can hands down say that suck up the most bandwidth in the household. So solutions to that: tell them to get the fuck off of Netflix, get the fuck off of YouTube when you're trying to play online. Or you guys could set maybe I don't know, dynamic DNSs for everybody. Uber Guy 30-1. Hope you guys enjoyed. Later.